Hey girl, welcome back to Girl Let's Talk. If you watched the last video, you know that I talked about um, my ex-boyfriend coming home from prison after 7 years. And this is the follow-up video to that. So if you haven't seen that video, stop this, go watch that, and then come back here. And this is serious. Some serious talking about. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why, but I'm in a good mood. I don't need a reason to be. Tonight I want to talk about why I stayed. And we hear about this so much. Women, they get with these men and they're like, why you stay? He treating you like that. He's so bad to you. Why you stay? Why did you stay? And I still ask myself that. Why did I stay? I went through something that I never thought that I would go through. So this is that conversation. Staying is not always about weakness. Sometimes it's about being confused. It's about having hope and faith in your partner. And they might act this way, 1 minute, and then the next minute they're a completely different way. And it's a manipulation. Like I know it is. A lot of the times it's about manipulation that you don't even realize is happening. How you this way, 1 minute, 1 hour, and then the next hour you're a completely different way. It's manipulation. They're manipulating you. I was manipulated, and I've manipulated before. The good version of him. One of the biggest reasons I stayed was because of who he was sometimes, right? We've been through that before. They could be so sweet and so caring. And he wasn't evil all the time. He wasn't a monster all the time. He wasn't an asshole all the time. He could be so sweet. He was possibly, on his good side, one of the sweetest men I ever known. Yeah, but that's how he hooked you. He reminded me so much of my daughter's dad. Real sweet men. Catering and caring and nurturing and all of that, and to tell you all the things. And it could possibly be, a side of them, but it's a manipulation tactic as well. You don't remember the good times? Yeah, I'm this way now, or I was that way yesterday, but you don't remember the good times when I was good to you? I'm a good dude. That's what he always say. I'm a good dude. And I'd be like, where? The good moments will really have you questioning the bad ones. When he was good, he was attentive, present. He made me feel seen. And it creates this cycle in your mind, like, okay, maybe that wasn't really him. When he was mad like that, maybe it wasn't really him. He just had a bad day. He just had a bad moment. That wasn't really him. Because, you're used to this sweet side of him. Maybe it won't happen again. Maybe it won't happen again. And you start holding on to potential instead of reality. Like that. Manipulation doesn't always look obvious. Oh, that's a gem right there. Manipulation doesn't always look obvious, and it does not. Manipulation is not always loud. It's not always someone telling you what to do. It's getting deep. And I hope you're taking notes. Sometimes it's subtle. It's the guilt. After everything I've been through, after everything we've been through, I need you. I need you. Only been out a month. You gonna leave me already? Only been out a month. Then, only been out 2 months. He only been out 2 months. I'm a good dude. It's the making you feel like leaving them will make you a bad person. And now you're not just in a relationship, you feel responsible. Not just responsible for him. Well, you don't need to be responsible for him. He's a grown man. You feel responsible for the whole relationship, responsible for yourself and him in the relationship. if that makes sense. I feel responsible for me and for him inside of the relationship. And that right there will keep you stuck longer than anything. For me, Simon played a role too. He had just come home. There was history, you know. We were 7 years on the phone. I got to know him on the phone. I knew him before he went to prison, but I got to know him on the phone. 7 years. And then, I don't know if I said this in the last video. I ain't gonna say that. So there were emotions tied into that. And I wasn't looking at things from a clear place. I was looking at it from an emotional place. And people always say, you in your feelings, get out your feelings, you need to be in your feelings. And I never really understood that. You in your feelings, like, this is a part of me. What's wrong with having feelings? But when you in a relationship, you need to think with your feelings. You need to think logically as well. And being in your feelings doesn't help you see things so clearly. It's like you got those rose-colored glasses on when you in love with somebody and you don't really see what it is fully. You see it for what you want it to be or what it could be for its potential instead of reality. And that's so important to look at things from a reality and logical standpoint as well for our mental health and our safety as well. Like, I shouldn't have stayed as long as I did. And I knew that. I was looking at it from an emotional place. I normalized the red flags in him. Red flags, huge red flags, major red flags. Red flags as big as my damn living room. I normalized them. I knew, people told me about him while we were together. While he was in jail and we talked on the phone, people told me, no, 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 no. Should I say, no, you don't. People who knew him, people who, you know, knew of him. And I still stayed. When something happens and you don't leave the first time, it becomes easier to tolerate the next time. Once something happens and you don't leave the first time, it becomes easier to tolerate the second time. It happens. Not because it hurts less, but because now your boundaries have already been crossed. A word. Instead of me saying, this is unacceptable, I said, this can't happen again. And those are two completely different things. And I had to really sit with myself at a point and say, at what point do I stop giving chances and leave and start getting back to me? At what point? Because I think in the relationship, there comes a point where we know, where we kind of lose faith in our men. We know he's not going to change. We know they're not going to change. If they do, they won't change fully. They may change a little bit to please us, or, you know, think they pleasing us and sometimes go back, or sometimes they may change a little bit just because. But for the most part, they're not going to change. Who they are is going to be who they are. And I lost faith in him that he would change after a while, but I was still there, knowing it was not fully what I wanted. After the first time, somebody, your lover, your partner does something so low, it's like you never really fully look at them the same, and you are on alert, as you should be. And I have, because love, or what I thought was love, or what you think is love, should not cost you your safety. I think we all have done this. Have you stayed in something longer than you should have? Stayed in a relationship longer than you should have, when you lost faith, when you lost hope, but you still stayed. What made you stay? And we stay not because we didn't see the red flags, but we were kind of hoping things would go back to how they were before. And of course, that was me as well. I was hoping things would go back how they were before. So when he first came home, that little month where things were nice. But now when I look back at it, shit, that month, things weren't so nice then. There were red flags within that month, within a month's time. I would say, shit, yeah, that had to be within the first month he came home. He was already showing physical signs of aggression. Within the first month he came home, I remember, I'll save more of the details for another video. But don't ignore the red flags. I want to help somebody in these videos. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, a story time, and I might get to that later on down the road. I guess I'm gonna make this a series. I might get to the details of everything later on, so you can see how it happened to me, and see how it fits into your life, if it ever happened to you this way. But right now I want to say what I went through, and hopefully you won't get through it, and tell you the signs to look for. The manipulation, the red flags early on. It's like now I feel like I can't afford to lose. I can't afford to keep choosing the wrong partner. I simply cannot afford to. For me or my daughter, I can't afford to. So in the next video, we're going to talk about specific red flags that I ignored in the beginning. So if you want to hear more, some details about what went on, we'll talk about those. I just really hope and I pray that this video will get through to somebody. These videos will get through to somebody. Let me go through it so you don't have to go through it. I said this in the last video. There's a quote: some of the wisest people, the smartest people, they watch what other people go through so they don't have to go through those things. And if that ain't been you before, let that be you now, because that's gonna be me now. Watch other people go through things so I don't have to go through it. Oh, I see, you know, they did it like this, they played it like that. I don't want to play it like that. Or maybe they did it like this, they played it like that. I want to play it like that because I like the outcome, you know, that they had. Let other people be the blueprint for you. We don't have to walk through life blindly. And everything we learn, we don't have to have learned it from childhood, or we don't have to just learn things from our parents or from our teachers. We can learn from other people as well. And that's me. I feel like everybody is my teacher. I can learn from anybody. I can learn from you. I can learn from a bum on the corner begging for change. I can learn from that person, get their story, or learn how not to do it. You know? So if you're in a situation right now where something doesn't feel right, don't silence that feeling. Don't explain it away. Oh, well, maybe this and maybe that, or it's got to be this, it's got to be that. You're coming up with all of this in your head. That's the emotional side. We have to think logically and listen to ourselves. So, girl, if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If anything I said in this video helped you in any way, subscribe. Comment on this video, like this video, share this video with the girl who may be in need, with the girl who's calling or texting you, telling you this ain't right. Yeah, something ain't going right in a relationship, or you see things that's going down here for her, for that girl. Let me send her this video. Share this video with her. So I'll see you in the next one. Feel like I got something to say. Let's talk. Thanks for watching.